Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in today. If you got a quick second, give this video a like. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. Any comments or questions, leave them for me. I'll get back to you. All right, today I wanted to talk about real quick this photograph that I did. This is the Mezco Storm Shadow, and this is Leonardo from the Mezco Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And this is Leonardo here. This is who I used. And man, I will say the turtles turned out so good. I was a big fan of the turtles when I was a kid, and they've been around a long time. I don't know if some younger people may not realize that, but I remember I feel like I was in the 4th grade when that came out. I'm 46 years old now, so that was a long time ago. And so yeah, I loved the turtles as a kid, and when Mezco had announced that they were going to do the turtles, I don't know. I had a lot of the original stuff, and I don't know if that was kind of why I didn't really want to buy more, but I initially didn't, and then they came out, and I saw how absolutely amazing they turned out, and realized, like, man, I need a set of those. Of course, they were going for astronomical amounts on eBay, which I wasn't willing to pay. So I will say this for those that have never done this. Like, jump on Mezco's waitlist, because I've actually gotten a handful of figures that way in the past. Things that I've missed out on because I initially thought that I didn't want them, and so that's what I did with the turtles. I was like, screw it, I'll just jump on the waitlist, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And obviously, enough people got on the waitlist that they put some more into production. I feel like it was only maybe a month or so after they initially released those. Maybe a little longer. Maybe it was a couple months. I can't really remember, but that wait list converted, and that's how I got my set. So yeah, if a wait list is an option on their site and it's a figure you want, and it's the only way you can get it is through eBay or somewhere like that, and it's expensive and you don't want to pay that for it, I suggest giving it a try. All right, so for this photograph, I used my television for the background. I actually used a couple photos. I used a city scene that I found, and then I did a separate moon that I added into that photo, projected it onto my television through my laptop, added a couple little pieces that I have that kind of simulate a rooftop, my water tower. Oh, which I don't think I've shown that. I'll show a water tower real quick. So this is my water tower. And this was also actually pretty easy to make. Definitely. So I have a lot of access to, I have a whole lot of woodworking tools. I have like a full shop with just about everything you could possibly need. So I have no problem making these little pieces here. This is actually old pallet wood, which I love the look of for this. That's why I used it. I could have just used, actually the second one that I made, I didn't have any pallet wood, so I actually stained some different pieces and used that. But I like this. This is just a much more natural look, so much better. But all this is, and you don't need to do this part. I actually added this recently, and I kind of don't like it. But the reason I still have it in there is because this is just a small, what is it? I don't even know what these are considered, quart or 5-quart or whatever they are, paint can from Home Depot. It's an old paint can I had. Cut these little pieces, which you could do this if you don't have access to cut these. You could use balsa wood, which is super soft wood that you can cut with a blade, or you could even use foam if you wanted to make foam strips. And then all I did was just glued them around this guy, and this is just wire, which it does help secure it, but honestly, like, it doesn't. Once I glue these on, like, they weren't going anywhere. And then all the roof is 2 simple products. It's actually, this is a piece of plastic under here that I used from, I can't remember, like a one of the clear plastic containers from some like blueberries or something. And then what I did was I actually cut it in, like, I'm trying to remember, I think I cut it in a bigger circle than this, and then I made a slit down the side of it and kind of folded it over on itself, if that makes sense, to make it rise up, right? Because it's flat normally. You cut that slit and you bring one end over, force it over, keep doing it till you get to the height that you want. And then I put some tape on it to hold it and glued it. Then I glued the lid onto the paint can, and then all I use for this up here, you can get at any hardware store. It's I can't think of what it's actually called now. It's a tape you'll find in the HVAC section that's used. It's like an aluminum-based tape, that can, I guess, handle temperatures better than like duct tape would or something like that. I just cut it in little triangular strips, put it on there. I did throw a little bit of paint to give it some, so because it is kind of shiny, just to take the sheen down a little bit. I did a wash on it and put a little bit of brown here and there for the rust effect, but that's basically all there is to it. Like I said, I put the pipe in the middle. I also made the stand for it out of wood, kind of a simple thing. So one of mine has that, one doesn't. I mean, it's okay, I guess. I don't know. I didn't really need to do that. So anyways, yeah, I threw that in the shot as well. Yeah, so this was one of those photographs where I was struggling to come up with something really that I wanted to do. I couldn't come up with any good ideas. I honestly contemplated even posting this photograph, but I just needed some content, so that's kind of why I ended up posting it. But I don't know, I thought it was a cool concept, right? One of the turtles versus Storm Shadow, another ninja. I like doing that kind of odd matchups of different, universes or brands or whatever that don't necessarily go together. It's kind of a fun concept. I probably need to do some more. I need to do some more of that, actually. I need to maybe match each individual one up with some other character of some kind. That would be kind of fun. So maybe I'll do that in the future. But anyways, so yeah, this was, like I said, simple setup. I did the snow effect in Photoshop. There were no flight stands or anything like that used. As far as my camera settings go, I again used my 85mm lens on this one. I was at an ISO of 400, 1/8 of a second, and then my aperture was an f11. And you will start to, if you watch more of my videos over time, you will start to see a common theme. I do use an f400 pretty much always when I'm using my 85mm lens, but then next time I'm doing a video for a photo that I use my probe lens, I'll talk about that as well, but you'll see that I have to use a much higher ISO for that lens to make it work, but I won't get into that right now. So anyways, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump on over to the behind the scenes.